Hi everybody, good evening. There's a new room released today. It's free, so that's lucky. I thought because Windows usually they don't really, this one they allow it to be free. So file and hash thread Intel. This room seek to teach on enriching file and hash artifact using threat intelligence. Basically, this whenever you do. Usually when you do binary or something in threat intelligent in Windows or Linux, when you find a file or something, the rule is always you go to, for example, different site, famous one, for example, hybrid analysis. You go to MalwareBazaar, um, or for this one, I will come back to this one later on. Um, in Iran, you have VirusTotal. Um, Things like that. So that's exactly what this room about. It's more about using these sites to get information like a dynamic and static analysis. So basically, secret operation team live inside the letter Q and triage every entry. Follow three essential steps: verify, enrich, and decide. File and hash intelligence is site squarely in the enrich phase, transferring long path and hash value into contextual knowledge within your organization about malicious artifacts that will be identified. So basically now the objective of this room is interpret suspicious file path and find name using heuristics. So we check in the files, generate invited file hash. That's what's main us is the hash values. And then we can go to VirusTotal, MalwareBazaar to initially observe the binaries, and of course extract the one I don't like, the guessing game of find the ID. Not really prerequisites, but you can do some intro to cyber threat intelligence. Scenario said in Monday in April, try daily is preparing a significant release. The idea to flag multiple binaries in various workstations during routine alert sweep. Use the L1 assist, shadowing your L2 monitor. Receive a curated triage package containing those samples. Within 60 minutes, you must provide evidence to showcase whether these files are bait, benign, or malicious. Of course, we have lab access. This is on. TryHackMe start doing that noise. Uh, Theme option. Remove that sound. That sound is. Of course, no file name and path. You might encounter suspicious files such setup.exe exe and must get as much context about it as possible. A human readable string such file path are the earliest heuristic available to an analyst. When alone, they do not prove. Yeah, basically, you find the name, for example, the name like that as itself doesn't mean is a malware. That's why you do the hash. Where is drop? Is it in for example, is it in C because malware they use it for persistence? Is it in public to hide it? Public folder. That's why when you have a room for forensic and you go straight to your folders and you start looking around. You say, okay, I get my PC, I got there, I have, for example, my users. So don't ignore the public folder. Okay, malware can use it. Okay, we don't have nothing there. We don't have a document. What's not there? So sometimes malware they put stuff there, so you must look around it. We have this Matthew colon. What else? That's what usually when you do it. What's this file is for? Okay, why you went there? See what TryHackMe did there? What you guys did on sample.gz, binary sample.gz? Hmm, what's this file for? Okay, it's only that file. Document, what we have, a PowerShell folder. Okay, this Matthew doesn't have too much Matthew. No, why we are going there? Usually if you do investigation also you can go to update. If you do forensic you can go here. For example, where is that file for Microsoft, where is no PowerShell here? It is not update Roman Microsoft. Where is that Windows PowerShell? There is red line. You can get history in case we have nothing. We just start, so we don't. So we can go back. So which user we left? We left with the administrator, for example. What we have, we just go straight to down, and then we get some funny stuff here. Let's first of all, we have crm lead.xls, suit crm, and system internal. Why TryHackMe got suit crm in this room? Okay. So basically, yeah, download public. Additionally, at first it may tries other malware staging patterns, such for example, it tries in temporary directories such as the temp folder. Last time I couldn't find this temp folder. Oh, I see Windows temp for ephemeral payload like quick execute delete and placing payload in writable system paths such C program data. That's what usually when you do forensic, this is what you look for them to. Now, for example, things that you should look for the double extension. For example, you find this trick they do. You think it's PDF, but is exitable. System by impersonation. They usually play with this. File names such as svhost.exe abuse the user familiarity with the core system processes. Defenders should include legitimate location for the system process in all allow lists rather than standard file name. So we make because that it run from the C directory. So if it doesn't run from the C, it means definitely is a malware. High entropy string like this, strange numbers like that. Suggest automated packing or polymorphic generation, which is commonly used in high churn phishing operation. And then masquerading file names such as backup, because when you see something like that, especially with word backup, you forget to look further to what is there. And you can blend with the routing file, thus leveraging a reduced suspicious. Another example is a single character substitution, which can bypass detection. Yeah, play with one letter things. There is a room in TryHackMe about this. They change the letter or something. No, this is one file display, one file display, one of the indicator mentioned. Can you identify the file and the indicator? Now this only look fine, but it's not what we're looking for. It's in pick and up. It's an XLS file. Oh, I need to pick up a file. I think the horror about this folder is it's CTF. So we have now blogger. What's the question again? One file display one of the indicator mission. Can you identify? Okay, this one doesn't. It look blogger. It's only one character. So is it part of the category? No. Masquerading? No. Blogger. Challenge binary sample. Morse-Code-Analyzer. This one, because if it was PDF, you don't see this icon there. So if you go there, it's payroll.pdf, but it has an extension. So this one will be fall in the double extension category. So it's payload.pdf and then double extension. So we can go that one. Double, not what we did. It's not the payload PDF. Payroll, not pay. How is pay not payroll now? Payroll dot PDF. Let's see if the correct one. Okay, let's for a moment. File hash lookup. We have identified suspicious heuristic from the sample file through path and name analysis. That's what we did. This analysis is not conclusive. As attacker consistently rename file, we can tie the name back to the same binary through cryptographic fingerprinting. And this, if you know very well, it's hash, especially SHA-256 on the 5 hash. 5 hash uniquely identified file. Of course, now in Windows, you have two ways you can do 32-hash block SHA-256, or you go get file hash dash algorithm. What is that? Let's use PowerShell. What's the command again? Um, where is the font? I'm supposed to do it, but I forgot. What again? CD desktop, CTF. Always window. If you look window Linux, one word. SHA-256 Sam. You remember you don't. In Windows, you need to write a paragraph. Get file hash dash algorithm. Get file hash, and then you put dash algorithm, and then you need to take SHA-256, and then it what 257. Windows, you need to write like a paragraph for these things. Get file hash algorithm. What's the problem? Okay, we got to okay, we got there, and then store the hashes in locator to avoid needless differences. You said we store them what? It print them like that in couplet. I set them as in lower cases. Hash what matter in your investigation. For example, if the malware leave inside the zip, hash both of them. Okay, do not leave plain string without context. So you need to have notes and something like that. Of course, the hash, if something changes in the file, even a little 1 byte will change the hash. And then, of course, we go to VirusTotal detection score. Of course, if you use the VirusTotal before, you know the score, the threat labeling category, detection route, technical behaviors, property, container domain IPs. This one is more practicing. Then detection score. That's why it says usually if it's a new one, will not detect it. They say wait for it. Upload time, signature, property as a relation, behavior, what infrastructure does the malware connect. And then we have the malware browser, the list that has the list of database for malware family tagging, Yara rule, campaign attribute. This one we'll practice, we'll get it. So now let's get what we is the question for the DB, the blogger 0. Let's take that hash. Now we can go to, let me go browse, because we're doing SHA. What? BL. Why is not there? I was doing it now. What the? That's why he said the small letters. Let's take the small letters one. It's not there. Okay, maybe that's a 5 for TryHackMe. Let's first of all do the. Yeah, usually you have this when you do. You have, for example, detection 63, for example, from 77 detected. Here it will tell you exactly what how many they flagged security vendors, and then we'll tell you the name or something like that, and then you have the tags. I think this one, last analyzed date, and it tells you it's in exe file. This one is the threat. Then detail, of course, this is what usually sometimes one city, if you find them, D5 charge, you find file type, all of these things, the creation time, the first submission, last analysis, uh, all of the data, behavior, and all of that. We'll come back now to this one quickly. Let's go to the room. Let's not jump too much on it. What's the SHA? We got that one there. Let's put that one. They said on VirusTotal, what is the threat label used to identify the malicious file? Threat label, where is the threat label? If you go to detection, why the threat label, where is it? Yeah, the threat label is this one. So it's a Trojan grafter fly studio, that's how we call it here. Okay, that's that one. Then when was the file first submitted to for analysis? Usually this type of CTF, if you find this type of question, you get it straight in detail, this section. So you can different question. First submitted, so it means is this one. Control C, then you can do. And then he said, according to MalwareBazaar, which vendor classified the Morse-Code-Analyzer? Morse-Code-Analyzer, so we can come here. We can go to this Morse-Code-Analyzer. Now if we take this, it's supposed to be, we can find it now. Let's see, SHA. Okay, now we find it, so we can clear now this. The second one, we can find it. Let's make this one bigger. What's the question again? The question said, according to MalwareBazaar, which vendor classified the Morse-Code-Analyzer file as a non-malicious? Non-malicious. In Iran, keep Sandbox and clean. So it's Cyber Fortress. Cyber Fortress. Cyber Fortress. Now in VirusTotal, what MITRE technique has been flagged for persistence and the privilege escalation for the Morse-Code-Analyzer. Morse-Code, so where is that thing? Provide the sub-technique identifier. We got this, the Morse. Let's take this one. VirusTotal. We're done with the first one. Let's go to this one. This one is the for sc.exe, the Morse. You can see everybody different names. That's why I said first submitted in 2015. It's an old one. Right, TryHackMe didn't submit that name. Are we sure we are in the correct one? 1F88. 1F88. So it's the one. The Morse-Code-Analyzer. He said persistence and privilege escalation. Persistence and privilege escalation. Okay, let's do check this one too. Let's copy paste. Let's see what happened. We find different. Let's play with different. We can get detail. Where's the report? There's no report. Okay, we don't have a report here. Let's concentrate in VirusTotal. He said the question is about persistent and privilege escalation. So we can just come here, not this one, behavior, and you can see privilege escalation and persistence. He said sub technique the question, because it said provide the sub technique identified what technique has been flagged for persistent privilege. So if you look very well here, this repeating this to DLL side loading. This is sub technique, and also in privilege escalation is the same things. Where are you going? Adversary may execute their own malicious payload by side loading DLLs similar to DLL side loading involved hijacking, which they are a program load, but rather than just playing the DLL within the search order of the program. Okay, you can view in that technique, but the sub technique they're talking about is this one, DLL side loading. So this room is more but to show you where to look for this information. Side load, so at least you have information. Maybe this Friday will be another room for forensic. No dynamic analysis for SOC. Static properties such as hash, string, and section tell you identity to understand the impact of a malicious file. You need to execute them. That's the point. You can just security analysts will use Sandbox. Usually that's what you do. Virtual machine protected. You just confirm execution. If nothing happened, your alert might be decoy. Extract runtime IOC, domain, mutex, drop payload, feed, hint, and detection. As an L1 analysis, you would use Sandbox lookup feature to quickly identify information about obtaining hash. So if you have a hash, we can check the other website. Sandbox tooling, of course, we have this one is well known, the hybrid analysis. Where, for example, here, when we search using the file hash as analysis, for example, which file this one? We'll submit ours now so you can see it holds all the variable. Addition, we can gather all file detail information to the wood information at file details. This is vital to threat reporting for internal and external purposes, so we get all the information. Sandbox limitation, the problem because the malware usually they have this sandbox malware evasion technique. Threat actor will design their payload to detect and evade sandboxes. Limited execution time and cover. Most sandbox terminate analysis after 2-5 minutes because these resources is free, which means multi-stage malware may not fully execute, and then you have encrypted and obfuscated traffic, meaning sandbox can't decrypt as a TLS. And then we have fileless living off the land malware. Some threat never touch disk bypassing traditional sandbox analysis by employing PowerShell attack and WMA persistence. Now he said what tag are used to identify the BL0 this BL0. We got the BL0 this one, so if I copy this, I think it's the same what they give us now, that link, but let's confirm. Report search, if I put there. So the question is said what tags are used to identify in hybrid analysis. The hybrid analysis, you can see the tags are the Black Moon Discovery Windows Server Utility. So Black Moon Discovery and Windows Server Utility. Okay, Windows Server Utility. And then what was the stealth command line execute from the file? Good question. Let's where we sub to look for. Let's VirusTotal usually doesn't show you commands. Which one we did there? Where's the search button? Oh, that blogger doesn't. We need to look for it here. Where we find the commands? It's not in the bottom. What was the stealth command line executed from the file? Which other process was spawned according to the process tree? Process tree. Where is the process tree? This is extracted string. Usually you can find commands here. Interesting that too many of them to think it will be here. HTTP traffic, contacted hosts, hybrid analysis. He said what the process, we can check it here in the process tree. Which other process was spawned according to the process? It's a bit strange question. What's the, are you here? Do not escape the command. Okay, do not escape. I forgot what I'm looking for. What other process? So basically you can guess is this one. Not sure because this one there. Yeah, that's the command already. Huh? I don't know why he said stealth. Stealth is related to ActiveX or something. I'm not really familiar with Windows. I think is this hash seen before. I think this is the command, but I'm not really sure why it said the command is stealth. I forgot. The process is another process. You can see it is this one. Where fault. Where.exe. But why this one is supposed to be silent? Active. Register artifacts control and the heuristic command. Control file must be registered. More information. Okay, because the question said stealth, and that's the only command that show here. Let's flip. Let's go up and contain. Query register. Read file. Let's see if he said evade then, because if it's stealth, so it be in anti-reverse engineering. That's not environment awareness. Installation persistent external system. Anti-detection and stealth. Oh, that's the command he said stealth. Yeah. anti-detection and stealthness. So the command, and that's why he said don't, you know, the one they said do not escape, so you don't put that forward slash. um, if you copy this, it has forward slash on it. The bottom one doesn't have, so we cool in that. So the stealth is in the top, that one, and then the next question is the pay-operative applications seem to be masquerading as which known Windows file. What's the question? Look for original file name. The payroll we can let's try two ways to do this. If I get the payroll copy, if I go to VirusTotal, it's an SVC host DLL, and that's why in the in this code is a question that someone said the answer is DLL, and I said .x because .x it work. So the question will be why, because now in VirusTotal he said it's a DLL. um, um, I'm not sure if it's just a DLL or the full version of .exe file. Uh, it's an exe file, so it's not like just just part of it. And also, if you go to the file itself and you say property, it's a original file name svhost.dll. So I'm not sure. The question in TryHackMe said which seem to be masquerading as which known Windows file. So you can argue that TryHackMe answer they want not a DL, they want to because it's doing the .se file. That's my best guess here. Then what associated URL is linked to the file? So which file? This one. Where is drop file or link file? Let's do this. Wait, there is no file here. Where is the file? Dropped file, abandoned file, research children, behavior, file opened, found deleted, file dropped. There's too many of them now. What the question again? What associated URL is linked to the file? So what file is talking about here? Huh? I forgot how I solve it now. Let's go to the file in the bottom. There's too many files here. Which file is referring to? No, did we got we're talking about the payroll. Let's take the payroll PDF. This is the PDF. Let's take this, copy. Let's go there. If I search, I thought we do finish this room quickly, but now suddenly I forgot how I solve it. Is there a report here? Oh, there is a report. Let's see what happened here. It's a coin miner, ghost miner, rat, so we have that information. What is this file you're talking about? Extracted string, contact host, server.exe, file imports, if a file, it means network connection, associated URL. Oh, this one. Hey, TryHackMe is playing all those games, yeah. Associated URL. What associated URL? That's what he's talking about. Why it's not in the VirusTotal? There's no when you search for it here. The IP is there, so it's 2020, but server.exe. There's no server.exe here. Detail. Oh, there's a server there. This is a DL. So they just want us to learn how to use the website. How many extracted strings were identified in Sandbox analysis file? So what strings? HTTP traffic, file import, file section. Oh, that's the server we're talking about. File detail, file import. Where's the strings now? Extracted string 454. So do we have them here? So it's 544, 454. Okay, now let's do our the challenge. The challenge they tell you is, now that we have looked at gathering threat intelligence through looking at file attributes, you will now have the opportunity to investigate suspected file challenge binary sample. Okay, before we can go to our challenge, no, let us see. Okay, now we have the challenge. Let's copy it, and then we can go. Let's close this one. Let's go back there. Let's get it for different file. Report search. Let's search on this one. We don't need that one. Let's do search on this one too. And we got it. Let's click on it. Let's close this one. Let's search on this one too. Let me close this one. So we have VirusTotal, we have the MalwareBazaar, and then we have the hybrid. Let's take anyone. They basically be the same. The report is there. We don't need this one. So now let's follow this and answer the question for this. The SHA, we got it, it's there. Let's do that question directly. And then what family label are assigned to the file in VirusTotal? Family label, family label, family label, popular. The crypto, ransomware, Akira. Oh, that's the Akira one. Okay. What? Family label. Oh, threat label, family label, Akira, file crypto, and so Akira, file crypto. Akira, file crypto. Why missing a letter? File crypto. Why was a letter missing? Akira, file crypto, not crypto. Crypto, not the R. Now, how many security vendors have flagged the file malicious? That's straightforward. You can see it here is 61. So 61. Then name the text file dropped during the execution of malicious file. Dropped. Where are you dropped, Mr. Drop? Uh, Dropped, we can go to the behavior. Usually if you drop it come in execution, but this part will not show it. IP traffic, memory pattern, behavior scenario. File dropped. He said the question is uh, text file. We're looking for a text file. So if you look, that's XML. Where is the file opened? Where is file dropped? We've been I just been there. Where is it? File action file registry key pro it's like what? Persistence, network, DNS, IP traffic, memory, file system action, file opened, file written, file deleted, file dropped. Akira, this is text file, but it's log, so you can more think is this one. That's the one. Let's confirm it quickly. You can look also, we can check here. Look in where is that? Not in the behavior, in relation. I can open this. You need a account to open this. It's free to register. Hello. Okay, you can see here it tell you to drop 10 files. Okay, now we can zoom here. This is the connection, the collection. We're more interested in a drop. This one. Let's get this one here. Zoom it. These files are not text file, but the red one you can see is a text file, and it's what's the name? Akira readme.txt. So you can see it's the one we're looking for. What PowerShell script is observed to be executed? This is the report where we'll find. Let's go down to that process. As always, we can find easy answer there. Let's cheat. Yeah, you can see PowerShell command get that thing. Let's do it, and then we can look to it for different ways. For example, we can find it here. We can find it also in the, sometimes one of the section also is good to have the string one. File metadata, not you. Where is the file import? Where is the strings now? Sometimes the report installation process, you can look for it is somewhere also here, or we can try something else different. Let's try the malware. For example, it's also give you the report. For example, in your run, I like the rerun. You can, let's say you can run it now. This one you run it, you can see it. You can see what's happening here. So for example, if I zoom it, so you can see it show you the PowerShell command, and then I can open it. There's a PowerShell code, the process, and you can see here the PowerShell command. Because this one sometimes when I do hack the box rooms for you can see track Akira ransomware, and there's a small AI here. It can tell you exactly what the command. This command line is used to remove all shadow copies on Windows system using PowerShell. Legitimate program may use this command line to clean up disk space or removing unnecessary shadow copies. Malicious program may use this command line to delete shadow copy in order to hinder recovery effort or to prevent user from restoring their files. So basically you can, this one I usually use this one. It shows you more detail, but the processes the process network connection, things like that. VirusTotal also show you this. You can check this one, and then this one also, the report also give you the nice things if you want to go in and for it. Then what these IDs, because remember we already have part of the answer here, because it tell you shadow copies. Because it's shadow copies, the image inhibits system recovery. Adversary may delete or remove built-in data and turn off services designed to aid in recovery of corrupted system or prevent. So because that PowerShell command is basically delete the shadow copy, so basically, and you have different hours. What happened? The TryHackMe one, get WMA object, WMI object. Here it use this one, use one. We don't have the same as ours, but basically everybody use different way to delete. Use wadmin. So it's a closer to ours. So we can do system recovery. So yeah, basically this room it teach you to go, because you can get sorry. So take a key takeaways, validate evidence before unless confirm you have the exact binary and the hashes, unless file path and find them quick context and user storage location, temporary, public, and things like that. Generate hash early to pivot into external internal knowledge bases. Observe runtime behavior in a controlled environment to confirm intent, exact network and persistent indicator, and map activity to recognize the attack. Translate finding into a brief list of indicator by type, summarize behavior, and provide proportionate recommendations supporting evidence. And guys, I thought I removed the sound. What happened? The sound. So yeah, usually this is your list. If you're doing forensic, you have this site, you have this one, you have this, you have VirusTotal. This is free account. You can get more information about it, and you can answer your CTFs. This one I don't like them because always like you get always you get first one wrong, second one wrong to guess until you find the right one. It's like any case. I hope it helps someone. If someone's stuck in any of the question, please guys like, and if you have question, let me know in the comment, and have a good day. Thank you very much.